Good Monday evening. It is Monday, May the 4th. I have a letter that I would like to read to you that is an update letter regarding the reconvening status of New Georgia Baptist Church for corporate worship. Dear church family, I want to share with you the results of many meetings and attempts to gather the very best information and guidelines for our reconvening of corporate worship gatherings at New Georgia Baptist Church. Please bear in mind that any time frame that we establish is subject to change based on the data coming from federal and state government leaders, the Centers for Disease Control, the Department of Public Health, as well as counsel received from the Georgia Baptist Mission Board and the West Metro Baptist Associational leadership. All of the following strategies that will be mentioned in steps are now in place so as to honor the call on the life of New Georgia Baptist Church to honor and glorify Christ while submitting to those authorities over us, while making every effort as a watchful under-shepherd to protect and lead God's people. As of Thursday, April the 30th, our governor extended the shelter-in-place order for elderly age 65 and above, as well as medically fragile, until June the 12th. The previous date had been set at May 13th. However, this change in date will not impact or affect the dates that New Georgia Baptist Church has in place for re-engaging corporately. We will continue to present Sunday morning worship on the assigned media outlets moving forward, Facebook and YouTube. They will continue to premiere at 10:45 a.m. each Sunday until we meet together again. However, even after we regather, these services will continue to be available with a brief time delay for all who cannot attend on Sunday. Wednesday evening Bible studies for youth and adults will continue to post as they have. We do not have in place a plan yet to reconvene for Wednesday evenings. Until we gather together again, please understand we want to encourage you in your faithful giving, as you have been doing so by bringing in person to the office through Monday through Thursday, 9 to 1 p.m. You have been faithful by sending them in by mail, and our giving online through our secured medium has also increased substantially. We want to say thank you for your faithful support and giving. It has allowed the mission and ministry to continue without any interruption. That mission and ministry, I know, has taken on a different look during the COVID crisis, but I will tell you that they have intensified in some respects. And so all of us remaining faithful in this area is essential to the ongoing aspect of ministry. New Georgia Baptist Church's risk management team has made careful assessment of need moving forward. In preparation of having people regather in the building, again, while being in compliance with all government requirements, no formal gatherings will occur before June 14th. However, we want you to please understand that on Saturday, May the 30th, and Saturday, June the 6th, trustees and their wives, deacons and their wives, the risk management team members, their families, staff and their families, the worship team and the audiovisual team members and their families who are not being required to shelter in place due to age or medical condition. We will be gathering at 9 a.m. on those two Saturdays. The purpose is to conduct two run-through services to examine all of the measures put in place to satisfy the social distancing requirements as well as measures for personal safety. Those two services on those Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., they will be recorded for premiere the following days. That would be for Sunday, May 31st and Sunday, June 7th. During those two Saturday mornings, we will assess our screening processes, access to hand sanitizing, as well as the controlled entrance and exiting of congregants. So as we open to gatherings June 14th, these will be more well-tuned and operational. So the question, how will we gather, and what strategies will be used? Well, beginning June the 14th and for the foreseeable future, We will be hosting 2 services in the morning on Sundays, 2 services at least. These will occur at 9:15 and 11:15. Screening stations will be in position upon entry. Simple questions and temperature checks will occur. Hand sanitizing stations will be available. Please be advised that this first service at 9:15 is limited and is restricted to our senior adults and any persons considered medically fragile. Our medically fragile persons would include those who are immunocompromised, those who are currently undergoing cancer treatments, asthmatic, persons diagnosed and identified with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, heart disease, etc. Please know that an entrance will be designated specifically for you. Now, persons attending the 11:15 service will have a separate entrance. Please be advised that signs will be very clear and direct people to the proper entrances. Greeters will be at the doors, who will open the doors for you so that you do not have to have contact with the door handles. You will then meet screeners who will greet you and assess each person for fever and to provide hand sanitizer before entering the worship center. Our chairs will be placed very differently in the worship center. They will be placed for social distancing, and we ask that they not be moved, except for families. Families may group chairs, doing so without violating the social distancing rules of non-family members. Ushers will be present to assist with questions and sitting. We will not be utilizing the nursery, extended session, or children churches during this time. Families will remain together for worship service. Please also know that only 2 restrooms will be available for use in the event of urgent matters. We do ask that due to the limited amount of time on campus, to be mindful of your personal needs and to act accordingly. You see, restroom access has been recommended to be restricted by the governor's office. We do recommend people dress very comfortably for services. We also suggest wearing masks that are of a recommended quality or a homemade quality that includes some additional cotton barrier inside of them. Chairs will be either sanitized or replaced after each service. We will not be using bulletins during this time. Announcements will be made from the screen and from the pulpit only. Also, we will not be passing offering plates during the service. These will be located on a table for those who desire to worship by giving at that time in that manner. Again, the other options for giving will remain in place. We will not be having a formal greeting time of welcome as we have in the past. We do encourage people, be friendly as you are. Wave, nod, whatever can be done, be kind and friendly, but we will not have physical contact in honor of the social distancing rule. Please also note that small group ministry, discipleship groups, and currently Sunday school will not be reconvening their gatherings at this June time. We are looking carefully at options that will optimally utilize all the space we have at New Georgia Baptist Church to allow for safe social distancing. Tentatively, a mid-July date is being considered for this restart. Our Wednesday morning Bible study that has been hosted and taught by Brother Jim, that will reconvene at 11 a.m. on Wednesday, August the 5th. That is our Wednesday morning Bible study with Brother Jim, Wednesday, August the 5th, 11 a.m. A very important date in the life of New Georgia, our homecoming, has had to be delayed. Homecoming 2020 has been rescheduled for Sunday, August the 2nd. A communication will be coming within this week to explain and to discuss, as many of you have asked and been concerned about the operational status of New Georgia Baptist Church and her financial standing during this COVID-19 crisis. I will be making another public service announcement available to the church for explanation and understanding of some of the things that have been put into place to benefit New Georgia during this time. Please be advised that no formal business conference can take place, but again, many of you have rightly inquired, and a statement will be made to both illuminate and to encourage you in this area within this next week. And I want to emphasize encourage you. This is all very, very new. It is very different for all of us. To effectively carry out these plans, it will indeed require all of us to continue to work together. But I'll tell you, that's exactly what I have witnessed at New Georgia Baptist Church. All these years, I witnessed that to the very best degree over these 18 plus years I have served here. We will need volunteers to assist during services, to work the doors, to help direct movement, and to greet. There is an incredible opportunity, you see, to lovingly and compassionately minister in the coming weeks and months as we remember all of our plans are subject to the conditions that present. But our faithfulness to the Lord and for His glory is under no condition that exists here. In closing, I do ask you to be mindful and attentive to how this pandemic has impacted lives in our community and our church. You please understand it has thrust many into a time of isolation and loneliness, as well as economic stress and strain. So we as a church must remember this and reach out beyond our own group and minister to those who may be alone. Some, even now, right now, are experiencing this with a renewed intensity due to separation in marriage, divorce, or death, and in some instances because of medical conditions. They're not able to be with their loved ones while they're in the hospital, and particularly we've had family to know this through the painful loss of a death of a family member. Please always pray for one another. Pray for your staff as we seek to be obedient in all things during this time. We covet your prayers. God bless and thank you.